Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on one of two hops. The first hop that I'm working on is the hop that I host over on my Facebook community group called Rainbow Crush. Each month I choose a color and I ask that 70% of your layout or card, if you're a card maker, is that color. February's color is pink, as you might have guessed. I have lots of pink stuff down here to play with. The second hop I'm working on is Get in Shape. This is a hop that I participated in loosely last year. I think we did it for a month rather than all year long. And I love that it has been changed up to once a month with a different shape each month. That's kind of fun and kind of spreads out the hop a little bit and allows us to combine it with other hops. And our shape of the month is hexagons. You might have guessed that as well, since I have a hexagon punch. I'm also going to be using my hexagon nested dies, but I didn't pull those out just yet. There is going to be two playlists down there for you, one for Rainbow Crush and one for Get in Shape, and I'll have all the information that you need for both hops, as well as a link to join my Facebook community group if you would like to do that. So I chose, and this is Phineas coming to say hello. Come on, buddy. He has definitely been up in my face today. I guess not having two of his humans at home, he's feeling kind of needy. Anyway, so I chose 49 Market's Kaleidoscope for this hop, and I chose one of the solids. I love that it has this beautiful pink, almost ink smushed background with some light text, and it looks like they've picked raspberry distress ink and they've, sprayed it down, and it's just already a beautiful background, so I don't have to make a background. The other sheet of paper I chose is this side, and of course this side has a lot of green on it, but I chose it for this side. I have my photos of Jasper when he was a little guy. I think these are January 2017, so he's not quite a year old in these photos. And then a bunch of the embellishments, and I kind of went through all of them and pulled out title pieces and a ton of pink embellishments. This here is actually from Spectrum Gardenia. I have my Spectrum Gardenia in one of the little divider boxes from Some Assemblage Required, and I've been just kind of letting it hang out there so that I would be reminded to use it. I was getting pretty good at using it, and then I bought several of those 49 Market warehouse boxes that they had pushed out to various vendors. Several meaning I think I bought 3, and there was a lot of Spectrum Gardenia in those boxes, so I have a whole bunch more to play with, more paper, which is great because I was actually low on paper but not embellishments. But I've got the laser die cuts, including the backing sheet from Kaleidoscope here. Not sure which way I'm going to go with this, but stick around and we'll see what I do. I'll be right back. All right, off camera, I used my nesting hexagon dies to cut mats and photos into hexagons. I did the largest hexagon for 2 of the photos, and I did one of the smaller ones for the smaller photo that you can see there. I just kind of trimmed into Jasper's face, and I got a real good close-up in the large hexagon of his face, and then I always love how he wraps his little tail around his back paws when he sleeps on his back. And so I took a picture of that because it always just makes me go, oh, look how cute he is. I'm scuffing up my photo mats, but not the photos. These photos are snapfish photos, which means they don't scuff up as nicely as the photos that I print myself. I am grabbing this hexagon stencil from Vicky Booten, and I'm going to be using some ink with that so I can do some stenciling on this background. I decided it just needed a little more pink. So I grabbed out the picked raspberry for the ink, and I'm just going to use my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to put some ink in various places all over. And of course, this is a hexagon stencil, so it's a little more hexagon love here. Trying to make sure that I use a lot more hexagons this month than I did circles for January. But I love that I'm able to mix these two hops and get a layout that I am super happy about. I am trying to keep in mind of where I'm planning on putting my photos and embellishments and title and journaling, so I'm being very careful about where I stencil, and I'm not stenciling in the middle because a lot of that is going to be covered up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get the photos down where I would like them to go, and I'm going to put the smaller photo up in the top, and I'm going to start just scuffing up and tucking stuff as I work. I love this black and white frame, and I felt like this layout needed a little bit of black to do some contrast for the pink. No worries, this layout is still mostly pink, and I love that I was able to make pretty much a monochromatic layout here with this product. 49er Market is a great product to grab for this sort of thing. You can always count on being able to find enough colors of just one color in many of the collections. This is, like I said, kaleidoscope, everything except for one thing that I didn't even use. I'm not going to end up using the pink film strip frame, so it just got put back in with my Spectrum Gardenia. I love this cute little envelope. It's a great place to tuck my journaling, and so I'm definitely going to be just tucking my journaling there. I'm going to glue this down with some wet glue and get it placed down there. I'm using my little tag that I'm going to write on, trying to make sure that it's in a place where I can get the envelope on there straight and still have plenty of space to slide that journaling bit in and out. I'm using my hexagon punch to go ahead and weight down that envelope while it gets tacky enough so that it doesn't move. And I'm going to continue scuffing up this stuff. I've pretty much picked all of the things out that I want to use, and I've set some other things off to the side in case I change my mind. I do have a couple of things that you can't see right now because they're covered up that I will be using that hexagon punch for, because I'm still going to get a couple of more punches on this layout. I think I end up punching out 3 more hexagons with that hexagon punch. My hexagon punches are some of my favorite punches. Between those and my heart punches, I feel like those get quite a bit of use. I do have this little heart here, and I thought I was going to get 2 hearts on this layout. I believe I end up only getting 1 and setting the other one aside, but I did scuff up everything just in case I wanted to use it. There are also some floral bits over there on the top right, as well as, like I said, a couple of things that I'm going to be using to punch. So I grab the one lighter pink item and I'm going to punch it, and then this one's got a little bit of lines on it, and as I was punching it, I'm like, oh, this would actually make a great little place to do some small journaling, but I don't end up doing any journaling on those hexagons. I just use them as a place to put a phrase. I am doing a pretty good job with the scuffing here, and I've only done the 2, so right now I am just going to begin to start figuring out where I'm putting things exactly. Moving those photos around, looking at placement for those hexagons, just kind of trying to decide where I want them to go, because I would like for them to draw your eyes up across the page, and I think that I managed to get that done. I have a little ticket that says something like "Good Times" sticking up
above or below that black and white frame. Got this clock with the hummingbird on it, and then the little circle that says love this life. I put that first heart there, stick the dragonfly on it, and then realized I was going to use that half envelope as a landing place for my title. So I end up moving it. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the title again, put one of, I moved the dragonfly. I'm going to put it up there on the top right. I like that. I did put that other heart over there by those hexagons, but it's not going to end up staying. I do move it. I am kind of going through these laser die cuts that I popped out. I'm trying to decide which ones I want to use where. I want the flowers to face out of the layout and not face in, because if they face inwards, they are going to cover up parts of my photo. And I'm pretty happy with the placement here. I ended up with a random extra leaf from somewhere, moving those hexagons a little bit because the one with the lines on it was upside down and it was bugging me. Trying to figure out what I want to do with that heart. Nah, I don't like the heart. I'm going to move it. And this is where I grab that piece of paper and my hexagon punch again, and I go ahead and punch another hexagon and scuff it up, and I'm going to end up with a grouping of 3. So all in all, I have 6 pretty good sized hexagons, and then plus the hexagons from my stencil. I'm pretty happy with where everything's at.
All right, I got this layout completely finished. I am really happy with the way that this turned out. It's a good thing that my boy Kitty doesn't care if I scrapbook him in pink or not, because this is definitely a pink layout. It's a lot more monochromatic than I thought I was going to end up with, so I'm glad to have dug into this collection a little bit, though. I have quite a few 49 and Market collections that I haven't even touched yet. I had done one layout with this collection, and so I think it's time that I use up some more of it. I did add some of the little epoxy coated sticker embellishments here. I added 2 dragonflies down here and a heart, so 2 hearts to go with that dragonfly, and 3 hearts over here, just to give it a little bit more visual interest and to bring the dragonflies across diagonally. I did manage to get quite a few hexagons on here. Of course, as you can see, I cut my photos into hexagons and matted them with that darker pink paper that I showed you at the beginning. I only cut into 6 by 12 of it, so I have another 6 by 12 sheet for another layout at another time. And I do like the back side of it, so I used the side with all the birds to mat this side. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. I would love it if you check out those playlists below and watch each one of them. And if you are not a subscriber to any of us on either of those playlists, we would absolutely love to have you. So please click that subscribe button. If you want YouTube to notify you, you can click a bell and they will send you a notification when each of us put out new content. I strive for 2 to 3 per week, and that is always the goal, and for the most part I do make that goal. Again, thank you for being here, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye.